Hi, I'm Jeremy Anderson, a principal research manager at the California School Boards Association. September 30th marked a significant date in education funding. It was the deadline for local educational agencies, or LEAs, to allocate the third round of the federal government's historical infusion of pandemic-era relief funds called the Elementary and Secondary School Emergency Relief Fund, or ESSER 3, which provided over $15 billion coming to California and $12.7 billion going to LEAs. ESSER 3 was more than the first two rounds of COVID funding combined. CSBA has actively monitored COVID relief funding for all California LEAs through blog posts, articles, videos, and more. Through research and ongoing monitoring, we heard from members across the state about the transformational power of this funding for students through many different types of programming and capital upgrades. While this funding was historic, it was also one time with various rolling deadlines. This placed constraints on how educational leaders considered the money's uses, particularly with ongoing expenses. Now that this funding is winding down, school leaders must make critical decisions about the future of those programs funded with COVID relief dollars. Statewide, LEAs had spent about 86% of ESSER 3 and 89% of ESSER 3 allocated to the impact of lost instructional time. That represents $1.7 billion unspent. This trails the progress of ESSER 1 and 2 spending, although it represents a more considerable amount of money. The slower spending progress has led to calls for more flexible extensions on the funding, though these are only granted in specific situations. The deadline to spend down ESSER 3 funds is January 28th. Governance teams will want to plan ahead in how they communicate these decisions with their local communities. Stay tuned for a video from CSBA's Chief Communications Officer, Troy Flint, on how you can communicate these complexities and highlight what you've done with this funding with your LEAs.